Hello, my name is Josephine Liew and my age is 69 as of year 2011. I am the Administrative Director of G Synergy Evergreen Health Sundaram Bahat since 1997. I want to share my personal experience and what I witnessed during all the years. I am there in the office because it may help you to help yourself to maintain good health now and prevent future health problems in your twilight years. I am having good health now, and I hope the same for all of you too. Suffering is terrible. I hope all of you do not mind my not so good English. Formerly, I worked in an international company, Nestle, for 36 years, and I retired in year end 1996. I did not intend to work at all, but I felt bored at home, and at the same time, G Synergy was short of staff, and I said to myself, why not work part-time and earn some money? However, I ended up working full-time with the company until now, and I have never regretted my decision. I will tell you the reason. It was because I was suffering from migraine for over 23 years, and the excruciating pains I went through made me shiver whenever I think about it. I went to see Western medical doctors for help, but to no avail. The painkillers they gave me did stop my migraine for a while, but that's all. No permanent cure. I took up 3 years Tai Chi and 1 year Wai Tan Kong, a Chinese Qigong, but it did not do any good as well. I also had high blood pressure and I was on medication. I know in the long run that taking too much medication is not good for me, for there will certainly be side effects. So when G Synergy Evergreen Health organized a 4-day seminar, I joined hoping for a cure, and believe me, before I realized it, on the second day of the seminar, my migraine just disappeared, and until this day, there is no relapse, and I have back my social life again. Isn't that wonderful? Another benefit that I had was my blood pressure is normal now, and I have stopped taking the high blood pressure pills. Ever since I worked in this company, I have never needed to see a doctor, and I save on medical bills. Whenever I have flu or fever, Master Wong, who is a gifted divine healer and is also the managing director of G Synergy Evergreen Health Sundaram Bahat, will heal me with just plain activated distilled water. In fact, there were many wonderful incidents and happenings of many people healed, and I like to share some of them here. One morning, I came to the office with the flu, running nose, sore throat and fever, and I had no appetite at all. I got the flu during the night. I told Master Wong about it and he asked me to give him a 1.5 liters of water. He charged it and asked me to drink. I drank and went to sleep. When I woke up about 2 hours, my fever, my sore throat and running nose was gone. Not only that, I felt hungry and ate Maggie Mee after that. In fact, there was another time where my sore throat and running nose just started. I quickly told Master Wong about it, and he gave me a glass of charged water to drink and within 15 to 20 minutes, I was cured of my sore throat and running nose. This also shows that Master Wong has the power over pestilence. About 3 or 4 years back, Master Wong went with his wife to Vietnam for a holiday. While in Vietnam, he caught the flu, and when he came back to Malaysia, he still had the flu, and in fact, it became worse. He had fever, sore throat, and persistent coughing all the time. He could not sleep at night because of the cough, and even in the office, he was coughing all the time until his stomach and abdomen ached. This lasted for about a week until he could not stand the coughing anymore, and he decided to see a doctor who gave him medicine for the ailment, but it did not help at all. He had no appetite at all, and I noticed he was very weak. All of us in the office pestered him to heal himself by activating distilled water and drinking it. Finally, he did just that, and believe it or not, after a day, his fever and sore throat was gone. Even his persistent cough improved, and eventually, after about 2 or 3 days, he did not cough anymore, and he was his normal self again. In my opinion, Master Wong has got this healing gift from heaven. Who can activate water and heal bacteria and virus just like that? A few years ago, one night, at about 1 a.m., I had terrible colic pains that made me curled up in a fetus position. The next morning, I had to travel to Johor Bahru, and I thought to myself, if the pain persists, I won't be able to go. And I thought of Master Wong, and I called him for help instead of going to the Western medical doctor, for I believed that he could relieve me of my pain. So I telephoned Master Wong at 3 a.m., who was in Johor Bahru in the Pan Pacific Hotel at that time, while I was in Petaling Jaya. He told me not to worry, just lie on the bed and he will do the healing from Johor Bahru. I did just that, and after about 15 to 20 minutes, the pain became lesser and lesser and eventually diminished. How am I to explain the healing powers? In my opinion, it is a healing gift from heaven given to Master Wong. Another incident was when I had stomach pains in Genting Highlands. It was immediately after buffet dinner, and I felt very uncomfortable. My stomach was bloated and hard, like 4 months pregnant. I walked with difficulty due to the pain in my stomach and also hardness around the chest, and I found breathing difficult. I felt like vomiting but could not. After about half an hour later, the pain became excruciating. It had gone to my back, affecting my waist and spinal cord, that I had to stand still, could not even walk properly. Luckily, Master Wong was with me. He immediately turned me around with my back facing him, and he put his 2 fingers touching the center of my back near the waist for about a minute or two. Believe me or not, I felt much better and the pain lessened, and I was able to walk. About 10 minutes later, the pain was totally gone. I was really amazed by the powers that God had given to Master Wong. I suffered from migraine for over 23 years, and it was very terrible. Every time I had migraine attack, 1 week 3 or 4 times. It's very painful. It's just like a bomb exploding in my head, and I thought I would die any time. I took the drug Ponstant, 2 tablets every 3 hours, and it didn't help at all. Out of desperation, I went to learn Tai Chi for 3 years and 1 year Wai Tan Kong, hoping that I would be relieved of my ailments, but it didn't work. So I joined Master Wong 4 days Ji Synergy seminar, and within the second day, I realized that my migraine was gone, and up to now, over more than 13 years, I had no relapse. Thanks to Master Wong, I didn't suffer from migraine anymore, and I can say the greatest blessing is without pain. I would also add that the 4 days Ji Synergy seminar, I was also healed of my high blood pressure. Before attending the seminar, I was taking high blood pressure pills. Currently, I am no longer on blood pressure pills, and my blood pressure is normal, and I have not seen or need to see a doctor since I attended the Ji Synergy seminar. One incident that I cannot forget was when I was possessed by an evil spirit, and according to my colleagues, I made guttural and snarling sound and put up both my hands in a clawed position. It was around 7:30 p.m. or more, and the office and stairway lights were switched off. Master Wong was already downstairs when Mr. Joseph, one of the staff, told him there was something wrong with me. I knew what I was doing, but I could not control myself as I was controlled by an evil force. Before I realized what happened, Master Wong was already up the flight of stairs, so fast even in the dark that I could see his eyes sparkling like stars, very bright and translucent. I was pinned to the wall and was so scared when I saw Master Wong. He put his hands on the center of my forehead, and I felt it to be very hot, like a heated up iron from a furnace. I think at that moment the evil came out of me as I cried out very loudly. I was drained out of all my energy. Both my hands were numb for a while. After Master Wong's action, I was normal again, but of course, I was tired after the ordeal. On the day of my witnessing of the stopping of the rain, I was accompanying Master Wong to the Cheras cemetery because he said that the Thai medium told him to burn the chopsticks, the candles, and paper materials at the graveyard area. It was in the afternoon, but the sky was heavy with black clouds when we reached there, and the wind was blowing quite strong. I was a little bit afraid, but had no choice, as the Thai medium had said it must be done for protection against the evil magic attacks. Anyway, I remained in the car and watched Master Wong started to light up the chopsticks, the candles, and the paper materials, and suddenly big droplets of rain started to fall onto the windscreen. Master Wong quickly rushed into the car, but seeing whatever he brought back from thousands of miles in Thailand was going to be soaked, he rushed outside as the rain was getting heavier. I saw him raising both his hands, pointing up to the sky, and then parted his hands as if opening a curtain. Surprisingly, I saw the rain certainly stopped, and I watched the heavy black clouds dispersed, and the and disappeared completely within a minute, and I saw the sun shining. Then Master Wong came back and sat in the car and watched silently until all the burning chopsticks, the candles, and the paper materials had burned down. I dare not ask Master Wong, and he never told me anything until much later. Kasih, Master Wong's Indonesian maid, told the other staff that she has seen Master Wong stop the rain many times whenever the rain threatened to spoil his presentation seminars at hotels in the past. In one of the EQSB in the year 2001, where I went to assist, I witnessed a student by the name of Miss Doris Lim, who had stroke for 23 years, being treated. It happened like this. Master Wong was standing on the stage conducting the class, and Miss Doris was standing in the front row. When we did charging, where we had to lift up both the hands, Miss Doris could not lift up her left hand because of the stroke. Master Wong received a message that asked him to help Miss Doris, but Master Wong did not move or do anything at all. The second time, Master Wong heard the voice again, "Go and help Doris." I noticed that Master Wong's countenance changed. He looked very stern and walked very quickly down the stage, took Doris' left hand, held the hand up, back and front, up and down, and put it down. After that, he asked Miss Doris to test her hand, which she did, and to everyone's surprise, she could lift her hand and also do all the movements with her left hand as if she never had a stroke, and she was overjoyed. He was healed totally and instantly. I believe that this was a miracle healing by our Lord Jesus Christ through Master Wong. While I was helping at one of our preview talks in Hotel Amada in Petaling Jaya, there was this lady from Bentong who just could not get near to Master Wong. I found it very strange and looked very puzzled, which the husband saw my puzzled look and told me that his wife is a devotee of the Goddess of Mercy, and it's because of Master Wong's great and white aura that his wife could not get near to him. However, at a distance, she tried to bend down and worship Master Wong, but Master Wong stopped her from bowing down by remote control with his hands at a distance of about 17 feet. A few days later, she and her husband came to our office, and while her husband and Master Wong was having a discussion inside the room, she came out to the main office and told me that Master Wong is not from this world. Of course, I thought she was mad at that time, but now I have worked for Master Wong for 13 years, and I recalled back what she said, and I totally agree with her statement because of the many miracles that Master Wong has performed. It is my personal belief that Master Wong is someone sent by God to help mankind in sickness and to repent and follow strictly to the Bible in order to go to heaven, because the world is coming to an end very soon. Every day, we read in the newspapers of global warming, incurable strange diseases, tsunamis, mudslides, etc. Why? because God is angry with the wickedness of the people in this world. I like to relate of an incident that happened in the year 2002 when Mr. Chui Samtin, aged 58 then, who was suffering from nose cancer, came for special healing. Mr. Chui was in great pain, so Master Wong did not do hands-on to Mr. Chui because Mr. Chui would not be able to take the excruciating pain. So Master Wong prayed the Our Father and Hail Mary and then held him close with Chui's head resting on Master Wong's chest, and Master Wong stroked his hands downwards on Mr. Chui's face on the left side with so much love, tenderness and compassion, and saying, "Sayang, sayang," comforting him, and asked Mr. Chui not to worry. So much so that I saw tears came down from Mr. Chui's eyes. It was such a touching scene that I also cried. The reason that I cried was because I was very touched by Master Wong's love, tenderness, and compassion towards Mr. Chui. It was like a mother caressing her young son. It reminds me of the Blessed Virgin Mary and her son Jesus. Later, I asked Master Wong whether he remembered what he did to Mr. Chui, and he replied that he could not remember, and Master Wong was rather embarrassed because in his normal frame of mind, Master Wong would not do that. At that particular moment, I saw that Master Wong was not himself as his countenance and mannerism changed, but that Our Lady or an angel had taken over him to do the healing. Most probably, I think it is Our Lady, as she is very kind, loving, and compassionate towards her earthly children. By the way, many psychics, as well as ordinary people with the gift of sight to see the extraordinary beings, have told Master Wong that Mother Mary is always with him, and that is the reason why Master Wong started the Mother Mary's community for the love of Our Lady. As a matter of fact, Master Wong was born on August 15, which falls on the same day as the Assumption of Our Lady. I would also like to relate a most fantastic and memorable incident that happened in the office regarding Mr. Chui that I witnessed together with other witnesses that I will never forget. It happened in year 2002 at about 2 p.m. afternoon when Miss Pauline Yong, Master Wong's assistant, rushed into the main office where Master Wong was doing some work at the computer, and I was sitting typing near Master Wong. She looked very frightened and told Master Wong that something was very wrong with Mr. Chui, who was standing very stiff like a statue with eyes closed and not moving at all. Miss Pauline also said that she pushed Mr. Chui a little with her fingers, but Mr. Chui did not respond and did not fall down. Master Wong immediately went to the back office section, and I followed, and I saw that Mr. Chui was not breathing as his chest was not moving at all. Mr. Chui's face was very pale, his lips were colorless, and his eyes was tightly shut, the appearance of a corpse. I have seen a dead body before, and I was definitely sure that Mr. Chui was dead. In fact, he was in a very stiff and rigid state. Rigor mortis, the hardening of muscles and joints of a dead person. Frankly speaking, I was very frightened. Imagine that someone dies in your office and you are there. However, Master Wong was very calm and asked someone to push a deck chair nearer so that he can lower the body onto it. Master Wong, together with Dr. Ho on each end, carried Mr. Chui and laid him down on the leisure chair. I noticed that Mr. Chui was like a rigid statue as described, and also heard Dr. Ho remarked that Mr. Chui was very heavy, dead weight, even though Mr. Chui was small and thin in size. After putting the body of Mr. Chui onto the deck chair, Master Wong started to teach Chi Synergy and did healing with Miss Pek Chu and Dr. Ho, and not bothered about Mr. Chui. I was very worried and frightened, but seeing Master Wong seem so calm and confident, I also went back to work in my typing. Later, Master Wong came out and went to his place at the computer and carried out whatever he was doing. About an hour later, I heard a voice calling, Master Wong, Master Wong, many times from the direction of the back training room. The voice was very loud and insistent, but Master Wong did not respond at all until for quite a while before he went inside to the back office section. I also followed inside and noticed that Mr. Chui was still not breathing and his face color was dull and gray. The loud voice was not from Mr. Chui's but near him, and everybody could not see anybody, but everybody could hear the voice loud and crystal clear. Master Wong was talking to the invisible presence in an arrogant and displeased tone. What do you want? Then the invisible being repeated a number of times. I am doing healing. I am doing healing. Master Wong replied displeasingly, carry on healing, not happy to be disturbed by what we could not see, but I supposed he could see because they were carrying out a conversation at eye level. Then the voice added, I am doing healing of our Lord. And Master Wong went to attend to Miss Pek Chu and Datuk Ho, and later went back to his computer at the front office. About 2 hours later, the voice called, Master Wong, many times, very loud and clear, before Master Wong went to the back office section and asked, I am here, what do you want? And the voice said, I need you around me. Then Master Wong called Miss Pauline to bring a chair and sat beside Mr. Chui on his side. Within a few seconds, I saw Master Wong certainly put up his hands horizontally, not touching Mr. Chui, but pointing at him. All of us were watching intently and saw Mr. Chui's chest certainly came up, and we heard a loud sound of sucking in air, and Mr. Chui kept on breathing after that. Master Wong waited, and within a minute another voice, soft and gentle, unlike the loud voice, asking, Can I come back? Again from empty air, but all of us could hear it clearly. Master Wong clapped his hands and said, "Yes, you can come back." A few minutes passed by before the voice asked, "Can I get down?" And Master Wong replied, clapping his hands again, "Yes, you can get down." After a short while, the voice said, "I can't get down." And Master Wong replied, "Realign and readjust yourself and then get down." After that, Master Wong left to the front office to his computer. After quite some time, I saw Miss Pauline rushed in, blurting out, "Mr. Chuya, Mr. Chuya," unable to pronounce properly, as she was in a very frightened state. I heard Master Wong told Miss Pauline not to disturb Mr. Chui and let him readjust and realign himself, but Miss Pauline finally managed to say that Chui got up. Master Wong immediately went to the back office section, and I also followed and found Mr. Chui looking well and good and asked him, "Are you okay?" Which Mr. Chui replied, "Yes." And again Master Wong asked, "Can you drive?" Which Mr. Chui said, "Yes." And Master Wong told Mr. Chui to go home. After Mr. Chui left, I heard Dr. Ho said to Master Wong, "My uncle died. God gave him a new lease of life," to which Master Wong just smiled and did not say anything. To me, witnessing the above unbelievable and remarkable incident of Master Wong's ability to bring back Mr. Chui from death was beyond belief. But it happened in front of all of us. But Master Wong treated the whole episode like a normal, everyday affair. The next morning, Mr. Chui came to the office, and Master Wong asked whether he could remember what had happened the previous day, and Mr. Chui replied he could only hear Master Wong being called and nothing else. I sincerely believe that all of us, including me, that Master Wong had somehow resurrected Chui Samtin or brought him back from the dead, and I was there witnessing and hearing all the above happenings, inclusive of all those people that I mentioned before. I am very blessed to have witnessed such an event, as God assured me that Master Wong is indeed a divine messenger sent from heaven to save mankind. There was another incident of a beautician by the name of Miss Alice, who was charmed by a spurned admirer. Every day she was not feeling well, and her skin was itchy and red. She went to see many doctors, but all could not help her. She came to our 4 days EQSP workshop seminar, and on the first day of the free flow, she yelled and cried so loudly and fell down with a loud thud on the cement floor, and felt something getting out of her chest, and she also saw a huge black object moving towards Master Wong and eventually disintegrated. When she woke up, she felt so light, whereas before her chest was very heavy. It is nearly 3 years and she is still fine. Later, she told Master Wong, Miss Pauline and I that someone whom she had rejected charmed her. This incident clearly showed that Master Wong has got the power of casting evil spirits and whatever demonic possessions in any person. She also told us that when the evil spirit was in her, She could not look straight at Master Wong's eyes because it was very glaring. But after the evil spirit came out and was destroyed, she could look straight at Master Wong's eyes. There was this lady who, after her dialysis, came straight to see Master Wong. She was very weak, and her children told us that she had no appetite at all since she started her dialysis several months ago. But the strange thing is that after sitting in front of Master Wong for about 15 minutes, she said she was hungry and asked one of her children to buy her chicken rice, and she finished the whole box of chicken rice. How to explain? Even sitting in front of Master Wong, she got amazing healing. A mother from Cheras took her son to see Master Wong. Reason being, her son could not answer questions subjectively. Example, if his parents were to ask him, "What is your name?" he could answer. But when asked, "How are you?" he could not answer. His parents had been very patient teaching him, but to no avail. Until when his mother brought him for consultation with Master Wong, his mother asked Master Wong to ask him the question, "How are you?" Which Master Wong did exactly that, and the small boy answered, "I am fine." The mother was shocked that he could answer. The second time, Miss Pauline, an ex-assistant of Master Wong, tested him again, and the small boy repeated, "I am very fine," without hesitation, in a very fast manner. The mother said that she would come back another day to thank Master Wong, but it is already many years and she did not come. This is to illustrate that even in Master Wong's presence, people get healing, and also another point is the ungratefulness of people. Just like in the Bible, Jesus healed 10 lepers, but only one leper returned to thank Jesus. Datuk Farok came to consultation because he suffered from migraine. Master Wong was busy attending to another client, and Datuk sat outside at the visitors area. He was having migraine at that time, and when his turn came to see Master Wong, he realized that his migraine was gone just by sitting in our office, and he said, "Master, hero," meaning to say, Master Wong's aura of Qi is very wide and effective that cured him of his migraine, and he was very happy, and he did not need to attend our 4 days workshop seminar. About 7 years ago, Dr. Sagu and wife visited Master Wong in his office. His wife had backache problem. Before they left the office, Dr. Sagu shook hands with Master Wong, but being a Sikh, the wife did not offer her hands, and Master Wong jokingly said that she might get healing just by shaking his hands. So, Dr. Sagu's wife offered her hands. Surprisingly, after 2 or 3 days, she rang up and told Miss Pauline, that's Master Wong's assistant at that time, that her backache has gone. How to explain? The very obvious reason that I can think of is that Master Wong has got healing powers bestowed to him by God. When Master Wong does healing, he does not have to call on God's name. as the healing powers are already in him, given by God. At one of the students' meeting in our office, Mr. Lim Kai Hong told us that he was very sick for over 2 weeks and could not come for our weekly meeting. He was down with flu coupled with fever, and he was very weak and tired. He went to consult a Western medical doctor and was given medicine, but the fever remained. He was at his wit's ends, but luckily for him, he remembered that a number of students shared how they recovered by calling Master Wong's name. That night, at about 2 a.m., in desperation and in pain, he called Master Wong's name, and his phone rang immediately. He did not want to take the call, as he was too tired even to get up. The phone kept on ringing, so he had no choice but to answer. But there was no answer from the other end. He went back to sleep, and again the phone rang for the second time. Again he got up and answered the call. Nobody was on the line again. He was again very angry and irritable, and then he realized that his fever had gone and he felt much better. He attended our weekly meeting the following week to share this incident to all of us. Just by calling Master Wong, Mr. Lim Kai Hong got well. Who is Master Wong? I definitely think that he is no ordinary human being, but a divine messenger sent by God. Mr. Pang has got terminal cancer all over his body, and he came to Master Wong for help. Master Wong said he would take the case provided he agreed to do a documentary. Mr. Pang agreed, and after the first or second healing, Master Wong sent him for a test, and the cancer marker went down. He and his family were so happy, but later went back on their words and didn't want to do the documentary. In that instant, Master Wong knew that something not good was going to happen, and he told Pauline, his assistant, and I about it, and true enough, when Pang went to the test again, the cancer marker shot up. In order to save Mr. Pang, Master Wong asked him to become a Christian so that God will heal him through Master Wong. Mr. Pang agreed, but his family was against the idea. On the last day, before his family took him to Singapore for consultation, God healed him. I witnessed the incident, and I'd like to share with all of you. Master Wong was teaching a class at the back of the office when I saw Mr. Pang swinging round and round in such a low position that anyone would fall down due to the gravity of the pool, but Mr. Pang did not fall. I saw that his eyeballs were white in a semi-conscious state, like in a trance. Mr. Pang's wife started to cry, but Miss Big Chu, one of our students present, told her not to worry, as this was the Lord's way of healing. When Mr. Pang became his normal self, I saw him smiling and looking good. In fact, he didn't know what was happening to him at that moment. This is one of the many healings. Mr. Alamin, one of Master Wong's students, brought a friend, Mr. Stephen, who is a Taoist and also a psychic, to introduce to Master Wong. As Mr. Stephen had heard a lot about Master Wong and his healing powers and wanted to meet him. The first thing that Mr. Stephen remarked when he met Master Wong was that Master Wong had lost most of his powers, and he also asked Master Wong why he had disobeyed God and follows the precepts of men. Then he looked at Master Wong's legs and saw a green cold chain surrounding Master Wong's legs. Mr. Stephen continued by saying that he came across a woman in the same predicament and she died within a few months. Master Wong then asked Mr. Stephen, "What if I obey God?" To which Mr. Stephen looked at Master Wong's legs again and replied, "The chain is still there, but less cold and less green." When Mr. Stephen left Master Wong's room, he told me and another colleague that our office is holy place and he could see Jesus walking up and down. He also told us that Jesus Christ is doing the healing through Master Wong. When I asked him who is at the back of Master Wong, he told me that Mother Mary is always with Master Wong. I was a bit puzzled because Mr. Stephen is a Taoist, and how could he know who Mother Mary is? Then he pointed to a picture of Mother Mary that was hanging on the office wall. When Master Wong obeyed the commands of God and did not follow the tradition of men, he recovered totally. In one of our meetings, Mr. Peter Chow, one of our T-Synergy students, who is a contractor, shared with us that he was charmed by his business rivals. He had a big lump, bigger than a tennis ball, on his neck, and a creature that looked like a goblin lived inside this lump, followed him everywhere and even to Australia. He went everywhere to get rid of it, but he could not. One night, Mr. Peter dreamt that Master Wong went to visit him and was wearing a long yellow golden robe with a golden dragon across the chest. Master Wong put one of his hands on the goblin's head, and blood drained out of the goblin's hands, and the goblin just disintegrated. The next morning, Mr. Peter noticed the big lump on his neck had disappeared. All of us who were at the meeting also noticed it too. This is one of the many incidents that I have witnessed that Master Wong has the power to overcome evil charms and evil spirits. I like to share of incidents regarding Mr. Peter, who is one of our students, which I regard as very strange and also interesting at the same time. One time, Mr. Peter came to our office, and Master Wong, Miss Pauline and I noticed that one of his eyelids drooped so much that it was like a big flap and covered way below the eye. I have never seen such a thing before, and it looked really awful. While just sitting in front of Master Wong, Mr. Peter's eyelid went back to normal. We noticed it, but we kept quiet. It is unbelievable, but it truly happened. This confirmed that Master Wong is not an ordinary person, but a man with divine powers sent by God. Master Wong knew that Mr. Peter did not keep his promise of not going to the temple for magic charms, and hence the punishment from God or the demons could have caused it. Anyway, Master Wong asked him whether he went or not, to which he replied that he went to the temple only to collect medicine. After that, he went home. But Master Wong knew better. But since Mr. Peter did not want to tell the truth, so let it be. After about a week later, Mr. Peter came again, and his eyelid drooped again, like the first time, and again, just by sitting in front of Master Wong, he was healed. Again, Mr. Peter said that he went to the temple to collect medicine. After that, he went back. Master Wong again warned him not to go to the temple for magic charms anymore. The third time, which is a Sunday, the same problem rose up again, but this time Master Wong refused to see him when Mr. Peter called out. Later, he came to our office, but Master Wong was not in, and he followed us to the church, hoping to meet Master Wong there. We noticed that Mr. Peter was unwell and had to squat down to wait for us to close the office door. At the church, he went in, but only for a short while. He felt so uneasy that he had to get out from the church, and I believed that evil spirits were disturbing him, and the presence of God in the church made Mr. Peter afraid to enter. A few days later, he rang up and asked to see Master Wong again, asking for help. Miss Pauline, Master Wong's assistant, at that time answered the phone and told us that she could hardly understand what Mr. Peter was talking, as his voice was soft and coarse. He told her that he was in hospital and had throat cancer. Being caring and kind, Master Wong asked Pauline to call Miss Amy, Mr. Peter's girlfriend, to come to the office, and he would teach her what to do. In the office, Miss Amy told Master Wong that she dreamt that she saw him in a golden robe with a pendant in front of his chest. When Master Wong inquired about the description of the pendant and whether any string was attached to it, she replied no, and pointed to the picture of the Sacred Heart hanging in Master Wong's room, meaning to say that the pendant looked like the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Master Wong then blessed the rosary and gave it to Miss Amy, and also asked Miss Pauline to teach her how to recite the rosary prayers. He told Miss Amy to take leave and pray together with Mr. Peter to ask God for forgiveness. Then Master Wong told Miss Amy to bring a bottle of water on a particular day and come to the office. He would then bless it and ask Miss Amy to give the water to Mr. Peter to drink, and she agreed. However, when Miss Pauline rang up to her office the next day, Miss Amy was still in the office and did not take leave as was instructed. The second day, Miss Pauline rang up again on her handphone. Her friend answered the call and told Miss Pauline that Miss Amy loaned her the handphone. She refused to follow Master Wong's instruction to save Mr. Peter. This clearly shows that Master Wong was more concerned for Mr. Peter than his girlfriend, and because of Amy's attitude, Mr. Peter was deprived of healing. How sad. One time, Dr. Srini came to visit Master Wong, looking not well, and Master Wong asked him what's wrong with him. Dr. Srini told Master Wong that he was having flu. So Master Wong asked one of us to bring him a glass of distilled water and activated the water by remote control in front of Dr. Srini. After Dr. Srini drank it, he felt much better after 2 hours. When Dr. Srini left our office, Master Wong gave him a 1.5 liters of activated distilled water for him to take home, and within 2 days, Dr. Srini called up and said he was well. A few months later, Dr. Srini came and he was talking to Master Wong with a coarse and hoarse voice and asked for activated water, to which Master Wong said it was most probably infection of the throat by bacteria and suggested antibiotic pills. Dr. Srini answered by saying, "You doctor or I doctor?" So Master Wong gave him activated distilled water. Before the end of 2 hours, Dr. Srini was talking with clear voice and pain was all gone. Master Wong gave him a 5 liters to take back. After that, every few days, Dr. Srini came with 2 bottles of distilled water and asked Master Wong to charge it. Did it so many times that Master Wong jokingly asked him, "Are you filling your swimming pool?" After that, he did not ask again. At one time, we went to Dr. Srini's house and his wife told us that their granddaughter was having high fever for 2 weeks. Every time they gave medication, fever would go down and up. So Dr. Srini gave some activated charged water given by Master Wong to the granddaughter to drink, and believe it or not, after a few hours, his granddaughter became well. I believe Dr. Srini, after intensive testing the water, believes that Master Wong has the power over virus and bacteria. Why I say this is because Dr. Srini wanted to help the world of the bird flu problem, which was prevalent at that time, and he has emailed to journalists all over the world that he knows of a person that has power over virus and bacteria and also pestilence, but unfortunately no one believes him. Anyway, it is their loss. On one occasion, Master Wong, Cindy and I visited Dr. Srini at his house. While we went there, he told us that he had chest pain and asked Master Wong to help him. He asked Dr. Srini to take off his shirt so that he could do the healing. Master Wong put his right thumb on the doctor's chest for 1 or 2 minutes. All of us could see that the doctor was in pain, but he did not utter any sound because all of us were there, including his wife. After that, Dr. Srini felt very much better and thanked Master Wong for healing him, and thereafter he did not have the pain anymore. In fact, much earlier, a friend had taken Dr. Srini to a church in Sea Park in Petalinjaya for prayers and hands-on healing, but unfortunately, he was not healed as told to us by Dr. Srini. At one of the pioneers meeting, all our students in the office, Master Wong was talking when suddenly Miss Miriana cried out loudly, stamping her feet because of the excruciating pains she experienced at that moment. Master Wong knew something was wrong and quickly went to her, put his 2 fingers at Miss Miriana's back near the center of the waist, near the spine, looked up to the ceiling, and he saw an evil spirit rush out of Miss Miriana's body and disappeared. After the evil spirit left the body, Miss Mariana was free of the pain, and she told us that when Master Wong put his fingers on her, she felt as if a screwdriver was entering into her. It was very painful. This incident illustrates that evil spirits are afraid of Master Wong and he has powers over evil. This happened in one of the 4-day seminar workshop held in MPPJ Hall. I believe such manifestation has to do with evil spirits, and I heard that Miss Mariana is not on good terms with some of her relatives, so I suspect that it may have something to do with it. Halfway through the class, Miss Mariana told some of us that she was having a severe headache and feeling awful. Master Wong did some healing by putting his hand on her forehead, and she felt better for a while. But later, the pain started again, and Master Wong did healing again. But this time, the pain was more intense, and she was hitting her head with her fists. So, a few of us carried her onto the stage to rest, but she was restless as the pain still persisted. She was hysterical, crying loudly, and started to tear at her hair and also tried to tear her t-shirt, saying that she was in great pain and she can't breathe. Master Wong put his hand on her chest and she calmed down and told us to let her rest. After that, Master Wong stood up, staring with glassy eyes at the entrance door of the seminar hall and standing very still for 5 to 10 minutes, exactly like a statue, without saying any word at all. It was about 5 minutes before he resumed teaching the class. Meanwhile, Miss Mariana rested on the stage and later got up, feeling better, though a bit tired because of the ordeal, and told us that the pain was gone. I believe that Master Wong stood very still because his spirit got out of his body, so he could see the evil spirit and he chased it away. One of our former staff, Mr. Joseph, wanted to be sure that he is following the right leader, Master Wong, and he prayed to God for a sign. God gave him a sign. Mr. Joseph was sitting in front of Master Wong in the room during our office meeting, and he saw a halo at the back of Master Wong's head. Master Wong asked Mr. Joseph whether he was very sure that what he saw was a halo, because at the back of Master Wong was the window and it could be the sunlight coming in. So Master Wong moved his head left, right and center, and still Mr. Joseph insisted that the halo followed him. Mr. Joseph now believes that Master Wong is indeed a messenger sent from heaven to save mankind because of the many miracles he has performed. For no ordinary human being could do what Master Wong has done. I also like to share of an incident that happened to Mr. Joseph. One night, at about 1 a.m., while he was hanging clothes in the wet kitchen, he could feel a very cool breeze around the kitchen area. After a short while, he could hear a voice saying, "Why are you stopping us now?" It was a woman's voice and was scolding him repeatedly. He sensed that something evil and prayed to God for help. But he was so scared that instead of asking God to help him, he said, "Jesus, release me." At 2:30 a.m., he went to sleep, and still he could hear the voice saying the same thing over and over again. At around 3:30 a.m., the voice subsided, and he switched off the lights and could see the image of a skull with headcloth staring at him. The next morning, he asked Master Wong, "What did you do last night?" Master Wong was puzzled and replied, "You are not my wife. Why do you ask me this question?" And Mr. Joseph related the whole incident to Master Wong. Mr. Joseph was surprised that the timing of the evil spirit that disturbed him coincided with the timing when Master Wong sent his fire sword by remote control to destroy the evil spirit in the body of the woman who smeared his reputation and also spread false rumors. Mr. Joseph asked Master Wong for some protection from the evil spirit, and so Master Wong asked for a jug of water, and he blessed it and repeated the Our Father and Hail Mary's prayers. While blessing the water, Master Wong could feel a cool breeze coming out from the water even though the aircon was not switched on. Mr. Joseph also experienced the same feeling. Miss Cindy, another colleague, and I also put our hands on the jug of water, but we didn't feel anything because we think that we did not ask for a sign and we did not doubt Master Wong in any way, so it was not necessary for God to give us a sign. Mr. Joseph also told us that when he sprinkled the water in the wet kitchen area where the evil spirit haunted him, the area became misty, just like in Genting Highlands. But after a while, it became clear. From that day onwards, the evil spirit did not haunt him anymore. Bloomberg, a TV channel station, came to our office to do a shoot of Master Wong conducting a healing session on a few students at the back portion of our office. During the free flow, that is relaxing the whole body, where Master Wong sent his chi and his energy to everyone for healing purpose, everyone was swayed from side to side gently. But Mr. Naran swayed so violently that Master Wong was afraid that he might bang onto the other students as the office space was small, so Master Wong, by remote control, used his hands to stop Mr. Naran. Later, Mr. Naran told us that he just froze and could not move at all until Master Wong released him by remote control using his hands from a distance. At one of our meetings with the disciple students, Mr. To, one of the graduates, told all of us that when he went back, he told his accountant, who was also a Tai Chi master, that he had attended Master Wong's 4 days EQSMP seminar. And you know what his accountant said? That Master Wong was a con man, but Mr. To let him rattle on. After he had bad-mouthed Master Wong, Mr. To said to him that only after 4 days in the EQSMP program he was cured of his many health problems. Then Mr. To demonstrated that he could squat down and stand straight and also raise his hands straight up and put down many times and easily, which previously he could not do so. Then Mr. Stowe said to his accountant, Master Wong can give me amazing results within 4 days, whereas you cannot help me for more than 10 years as a Tai Chi master. If he is a conman, then you are a bigger conman. Mr. Tan kept quiet and did not say anything after that. Further on, Mr. To asked his accountant whether he knew Master Wong personally, to which Mr. Tan replied that he did not, but only heard from people. Some of the students present in the meeting commented that most probably the accountant, a Tai Chi master, was merely jealous and envious of Master Wong because he could not do what Master Wong can do, so he tried to blacken Master Wong's name. My comment is, nice and good people are always defamed by the bad people, but they dare not do anything bad against the gangsters or the bad people. In the year 1995, a man almost 40 years old attended our preview talk at the hotel in Subang Jaya. At that point of time, he told himself that he was healthy. He thought only, and it was not necessary for him to join our EQSP program. But one day, 2 years later in 1997, he walked into our office together with his wife and child and asked Master Wong for help. Master Wong asked him, "What is wrong with you?" And he replied that he was suffering from terminal cancer. He added that it was 5th stage. Actually, there is only 4th stage, as there is no 5th stage cancer. Maybe he was trying to say that he was dying. He regretted for not responding to Master Wong's call for prevention of health problems. He looked like a walking skeleton, very pale and weak. Actually, he was dying, and Master Wong asked him, "Why do you come now, when it is too late?" This is to bring up a point that most people think they are okay, but in reality, they do not know what is welling up inside their system until it is too late. Our wonderful and effective program helps to release stress and excrete toxins from our body, namely gaseous toxin, wind or gas, liquid toxin, sweat, and solid toxin, and daily motion. These toxins are basic causes of health problems. My advice to all, give yourself a chance of a lifetime to experience what I had experienced and enjoy good health for always. Miss Sheila is the mother of Miss Cheryl, Master Wong's secretary, in the year 1997. When Miss Sheila came on the first day, I noticed she walked very slowly, although she is only in her early 50s. I could see that she was in great pain. Even sitting on a chair, she had difficulty, and getting up was even worse. She had to balance her 2 hands on the table before she could get up, and I could see pain was written all over her face. She also told me that she could not cross her legs, for the pain was unbearable. When she goes to the toilet, she had to hold on to the iron bar before she could get up, and tears would just flow down. She suffered for about 16 years in this condition, went to see doctors, but to no avail. Many times she contemplated suicide, but because her children were small, she did not. In my opinion, Miss Sheila is a very brave and fantastic lady. When Miss Cheryl first came to work in Master Wong's office, she was very skeptical. But after she had witnessed of people getting healed or cured of their illness by Master Wong, she believed. She forced and paid for her mother to come for the healing, and Miss Sheila was very happy because she experienced result already on the second day. On the second day, she came up to the office with a happy face, and she was dancing with joy. She told all of us in the office that on the very night, as she watched television, she crossed her legs without even realizing her legs were in that position. But her daughter noticed it and told her. Only then did Miss Sheila realize that there was no more pain. We later found out that Miss Sheila was actually charmed by a jealous colleague, and hence the reason for her excruciating pains, and also why the doctors could not find out what was wrong with her. This brings to light that Master Wong can also get rid of evil charms. Miss Sheila was really satisfied with the healing. Her words to all: the greatest blessing in the world is having no pain. Miss Go Hyun attended our 4 days workshop from 8th February 01 to 11 February 01, and she did not inform us that she would be coming for a refresher course on the 23rd March to the 26th March. So naturally, we did not expect her to attend. By the way, we were informed that Miss Go Hyo was possessed by evil spirit for 36 years. She had gone to everywhere for help, but were unsuccessful. Master Wong was standing on the stage and asked the students to get ready when I noticed that Master Wong's countenance was rather strange. He stood very still and his eyes were fixed on the ceiling. He told me later that he sensed that evil spirits were coming, and certainly Miss Go Hyun and her sisters trooped into the seminar hall. In my opinion, Master Wong got out from his body and, in his spirit form, battled with the evil spirits. I strongly believe that Master Wong is no ordinary human, but an archangel or a messenger sent from above to help mankind against the forces of darkness. I know that although it is too fantastic to believe, but sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, as in many cases and around the world, as even featured in Discovery Channel, History Channel, or the National Geographic Channel. In whatever case, Master Wong has done numerous miracles and investigated by newspaper journalists, medical doctors, Catholic priests, TV people, and the VIPs, and they acclaimed him that it could only be true. In conclusion, I would like to advise those who are having health problems to come for the G Synergy program conducted by Master Wong. Even those who do not have health problems should also come for prevention of health problems, as in the case of the terminal cancer man aforementioned, because prevention is better than cure. Our G Synergy program is one of a kind, and no one teaches it except Master Wong. In my opinion, it is the ultimate art of self-regeneration, self-repair, self-healing, and maintenance for optimum health at all ages. It is an inspiration of the divine that Master Wong created and formatted this Chi synergy, which has proven to have helped thousands of students from all races, culture, and walks of life to resolve and to improve their health as well as to maintain it to such an extent that many respected critics such as newspaper journalists, Catholic priests, television stations and Western medical doctors have praised the Chi Synergy program very highly after intensive investigations. It is totally different from the ordinary health exercises in that the learning and mastery of the Chi Synergy is so simple comparatively, but yet so effective and fast positive results. Most of those who have attended have acclaimed the effectiveness, speed of positive progress, astounding and amazing results, most of the time bordering on miraculous. Everyone should give themselves a chance of a lifetime to know and experience for themselves by joining this program and realize how beneficial it is. I'm already 69 years old and I am very healthy. Thanks to Master Wong for healing me. He is also very caring and kind too. I like to conclude that I had to see medical doctors in the past regularly for my health problems of high blood pressure and severe migraine. But since I attended for the EQSP healing seminar by Master Wong, I had no need. I have not seen a medical doctor for almost 14 to 15 years for my past ailments of high blood pressure and my migraine, as I do not need any medications now, as my blood pressure is normal for my age and I have no more migraine attacks since then, although I am at the age of 69 years old. Being a staff of Master Wong has its benefits, as when I have fever due to flu, he just activates a glass or two of water within seconds, and after drinking I am okay. At those times when I have stomach ache or colic pains, he will just make the pain go away with a few flips of his hand by remote control, even from hundreds or thousands of miles away. If you want to contact me, here is my email: Josephine@miraclehealinghands.com, but please be patient, as I guess that many others may like to verify with me. So be patient if it takes a long time to reply to your email, but I will try to answer all emails to me for guidance and advice. Cheerio and good health to every one of you.